Join me as I dig deep into the messages that God might be sending about our word and see if I can uncover the truth that God changes everything. I think it's safe to say that every single one of us has struggled with feelings of self worth at some point or another, whether trying to live up to societal expectations, dealing with the fallout of a painful past, or simply trying to find our place in this strange world. Our sense of self worth can be a constant source of anxiety and doubt. But here's the thing: God has a unique message for each and every one of us, and it's one that has the power to transform our lives in ways we never thought possible. I think we can all agree that the world we live in can be a pretty harsh place. We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us we're not good enough. We need to be thinner, prettier, smarter, or more successful. And if we're not careful, those messages can start to seep into our minds and hearts, eroding our sense of self worth and leaving us feeling worthless and inadequate. It's no wonder that so many of us struggle with negative self talk, constantly beating ourselves up over our flaws and failures. We compare ourselves to others and we always seem to come up short. We think, if only I were more like them. If only I had their talents, their looks, their success, then I'd be worthy. But the truth is, we're not meant to be anyone else. We are meant to be us, with all our quirks and flaws and imperfections. And it's exactly that uniqueness that makes us valuable and worthy in God's eyes. And yet, despite all our best efforts, we still struggle to see ourselves as God sees us. We get caught up in our own self doubt and criticism, and we forget that we are not defined by our past mistakes or our current circumstances. We are defined by the love and word that God has placed in us. So, what does the Bible have to say about our words? Well, let me tell you, it has a lot to say. From Psalm 139, which reminds us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, to Ephesians 2, verse 10, which tells us that we are God's masterpiece, created for good works. The Bible is full of messages that remind us of our value and worth in God's eyes. One of my favorite verses is from 1 Peter 2, verse 9. It says, "You are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light." Can you hear that? You are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession. That's not just a nice phrase. That's a declaration of our worth and value in God's eyes. But here's the thing: knowing our worth in God's eyes isn't just about feeling good about ourselves. It's about living a life that reflects that love and value that God has placed in us. When we truly understand our worth, we are more likely to live with confidence and purpose, to take risks and pursue our passions, and to love ourselves and others with a reckless abandon. For me, this realization has been a game changer. I used to struggle with feelings of inadequacy and self doubt all the time. But once I started to grasp my worth in God's eyes, everything shifted. I started to see myself as God sees me, as a beloved child, a unique and valuable part of His kingdom, and that's changed everything. When we understand our worth, we're more likely to take risks, pursue our passions, and to love ourselves and others with a reckless abandon. We're more likely to live with confidence and purpose and to see ourselves as God sees us, as beloved children, worthy of love and acceptance. And that, my friends, is a powerful thing. So let's recap what we have talked about today. We've discussed the importance of self worth and how God has a unique message for each and every one of us. We've looked at the common struggles we face when it comes to our worth, and we have explored some biblical perspectives on the subject. And finally, we've seen how our understanding our worth in God's eyes can transform our lives and perspectives. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the messages that God might be sending about our words. If you've got a story to share about how you've struggled with self worth or how you've overcome it, I would love to hear it in the comments below. And if you're looking for more insights on self acceptance, be sure to check out our other videos on the subject. And if you're interested in reading more, check out some of the links to more blogs. Thanks for watching. God bless.